This is one of those rare instances where I really don't even know where to begin. I don't know whether to be surprised or whether I should be disgusted or maybe a combination of both. Because nothing is sacred anymore. There is no escaping it. The woke fungus has infected every aspect of our culture. I am very rarely shocked, but I was legitimately surprised by the headlines that I saw this morning concerning the CMT Awards. This afternoon, we are going to celebrate a first here on the channel. This should be very pleasing to members of Woke United Methodist. As you guys know, the Wanker Spankers just love celebrating a first. For the first time here on the channel, we are going to talk about country music. And I use the term country music very, very loosely here because this is not the country music that I remember. I don't recognize this style of country music. When I was growing up, the genre of country music was considered to be wholesome, family friendly. Back in the 90s, you had grunge, alternative rock, gangster rap. You had bubblegum pop music, also known as trash. There was a reason they come up with the parental advisory sticker in the 90s. A large portion of the music back then was not appropriate for children. Country music, though, was different. Grunge music represented anger and rage. Gangster rap portrayed street culture. Country music in the 90s, it represented traditional family values, for the most part anyway. Garth Brooks, George Strait, Winona Judd, Brooks and Dunn. I've never liked country music personally, so I am sure there are legendary artists that I am failing to mention here, but the point is, if you were a parent in the 90s, you felt safe, you were comfortable with your child listening to country music. Unfortunately, I don't know if parents today can feel that same level of comfort. This disease of wokeism, it has literally spread into everything. I actually feel bad for parents today. Nothing is safe anymore. Can't let your kids watch Disney. When I was growing up, parents, they were afraid of their young boys getting a hold of Playboy. They didn't want them seeing the female body for the first time at a young age. Today, parents have that same concern with Disney. They don't want their young son seeing his first female wanker. The fungus has infected daytime television, which used to be a relatively safe medium. They used to show cartoons on Saturday mornings, Bugs Bunny, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy. Today, parents have to worry about Nickelodeon showing the female Rugrats as they transition into Ren and Stimpy. Last night, Country Music Television officially baptized themselves in the woke bath. Like most new converts to the faith, they wanted to brag about their newfound life to the world. The CMT Awards was a celebration, inclusion, diversity, equity. Oh, show me that woke boner word. The celebration of rainbows started immediately with host Kelsea Ballerini and Kane Brown. KC, who in the hell are those birthing persons? Hell if I know, I had never heard of them either. Apparently, the Ballerina and Pound the Brown, they are what they call pop country artists. Don't ask me what pop country is either because I have no idea. Kane Brown is one hell of a choice to host an award show. Matter of fact, I am surprised he made the scheduled appearance. 3 years ago, he had to call the police to rescue him because he got lost on his own property. My inside sources tell me he was in the woods earning his Brown name with an axe handle in the woke oak tree. He couldn't find his way back to his house on wheels. Kelsea Ballerini opened the show with a live performance of her song, "If You Go Down, I'm Going Down Too." I swear to God, you can't make this shit up. They just make it too easy. The innuendo, though, the innuendo of the song, that was not the focus. The focus was on the background performers, and with good reason. According to the media, there were 5 women on stage last night. My 2020 vision, it was only able to identify one of those women. I don't know which of the 72 available genders the other 4 birthing persons choose to identify with. I can't imagine, though, it's the female gender, but hey, I could be wrong. I didn't feel like putting on my woke hat to find out. Maybe one of you guys will be able to tell which gender they are. Now, I muted the sound here for copyright reasons. It's incredibly difficult to get copyright clearance on music, but watch this for yourself. Now you have to remember, CMT promotes this as a family-friendly show. Gather around, kids. Let's watch the Country Music Awards. During the commercial breaks, Dad will explain how the birthing person with a dong and thong can get pregnant. Maybe I notice this more because I follow sports and the media for a living. Maybe I am exposed to this every day, so it seems to me like it's happening with more and more regularity, but does it seem that way to you guys too? I'm talking about this incessant promotion of the transgender lifestyle. Do you guys think the promotion has heavily increased, at least over the last few weeks? Maybe it has something to do with the fact that more and more states are fighting back against it. States are beginning to ban Trans-Dan from competing against biological Barbie. Maybe the shit fucks are ramping up the promotion as a way to fight back against that. Either way, I cannot remember another time when it's been consistently shoved down our throats. The dancers from the Shag and Dragon, that was not the only celebration of woke last night at the CMT Awards. They also weren't the only birthing persons thinking the CMT Awards were being held on Halloween, because someone whose gender has yet to be confirmed, they chose to dress up as Shania Twain. Shania Twain was invited to accept the Equal Play Award. Oh, how nice. Equal play. All artists deserve equal radio play, no matter their gender, no matter their race, no matter their fetishes. Yeah, that's just not how it works in radio. There is no such thing as equality when it comes to the charts or radio play. You see, radio stations, they're going to play the songs that are requested the most. Equality does not exist. The country music artist that CMT chose to present this award to Shania Twain was none other than Megan Thee Stallion. What? Megan the Stallion? Presenting a country music award? Isn't she a rapper? Did Megan the Stallion have some country crossover hit that I was unaware of? Isn't she the same woman that collaborated with Cardi B to brag about their moist nether regions? Go look up their hit WAP and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I would be just as vulgar here, but my mom watches this channel. Even though I am known to curse with regularity, there's still lines of vulgarity I will not cross knowing that my mom is watching. But anyway, Shania Twain gets on stage to accept the award. Supposedly, this was Shania Twain. Let me show you the Shania Twain that I remember. This is who I remember singing about feeling like a woman in the late 90s, and understandably so. Shania Twain back then was one hell of a beautiful woman. Now contrast that Shania Twain, that picture, with this possible impersonation of Shania Twain that CMT presented to us last night. Roll the film.
Let me start by saying, let's go, girls. Thank you to CMT for pushing the equal play agenda. I believe in an all-inclusive country music. We're family. Currently, the industry standard does a real disservice to this. Now, let us, the country music industry, do our part to close the gap and provide an equal workspace for all talent. Let's ensure that all our fellow artists get equal play regardless of gender, age, or race.
Do you see what I'm talking about now? If that wasn't someone dressed up as Shania Twain, then Shania Twain deserves a refund because whoever her plastic surgeon is doesn't know what the hell he or she is doing. Someone needs to hook Shania Twain up with Sharon Osbourne's doctor. But you heard the supposed Shania Twain say it. I believe in an all-inclusive country music. Oh, inclusion! For those of you playing woke bingo, mark that word off your sheet. Along with girl power, Shania Twain was so close to hitting the woke trifecta. I thought it was interesting that Shania Twain mentioned inclusion. You know who wasn't included at the CMT Awards last night? Morgan Wallen. Now this dude is one of the biggest stars in country music. Last month, he had the #1 album in the country. Yet for some reason, CMT failed to feature him on the show. I wonder Why? I wonder if it had anything to do with him using a racial slur over 2 years ago. But that's okay. That's okay. CMT, they didn't need Morgan. They had plenty of other country stars available to satisfy their country audience. Big country stars like Gwen Stefani. You know, I might not be familiar with country music, but I am familiar with Gwen Stefani. She started her career with a band named No Doubt, a ska band from California. She crossed over into pop music as a solo artist. Now, someone please explain to me why Gwen Stefani would be performing live at the Country Music Awards. Didn't take me long to figure out why. Back in 1996, one of the singles off of No Doubt's debut album was a song called I'm Just a Girl. Since the CMT Awards was dedicated to celebrating woke women like the women sharing the stage with the hosting ballerina, I guess the inclusion of Gwen Stefani makes sense. For the first time ever, the CMT Awards took place outside of Nashville. Now, I don't know if this was a scheduling issue. I doubt it. Maybe it had to do with the fact that Tennessee implemented a new law banning gender-affirming care for transgender youth. But what I do know, CMT wasted absolutely no time talking about the tragic shooting last week in Nashville. They used their platform to spread one of the classic woke messages: gun control. Like I said in the beginning, the woke fungus has spread into every single facet of society. There's no escaping it. 3 years ago, if you asked me, will country music go woke? I didn't think that would ever be possible. Now, even though the promotion of the woke wiener was tame last night at the CMT Awards when compared to more overt promotions like the Grammys or the Oscars, this was country music dipping their toe in the woke pond. This was CMT testing the patience of their audience. Of all genres of music, country music arguably has the most conservative fan base. The CMT Awards last night, they set record high ratings, nearly 6 million viewers, but the real ratings test, that's going to be next year. After what we saw last night, how many people will tune into the CMT Awards next year? I'll give you an early prediction. Next year, I expect record low ratings. But give me your thoughts. Country music goes woke. I'm not even going to pose a question. You just tell me what you think. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_btl84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.